How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running a brand new sale exclusive to PlayStation Plus subscribers, and, you know, for a sale that's supposed to celebrate the 15th anniversary, this is one weekend offer sale where I actually think you could have popped off a little. If you're gonna do a 15th anniversary sale that's exclusive to PlayStation Plus subscribers, shouldn't you do it as a sale that's gonna draw people in or reward PS Plus subscribers, potentially some historic lows? There is one major historic low, and I think the idea of, oh, sign up for PlayStation Plus so you can get deals and spend even more money on our service, that's kind of comical when you assess that. However, if you're gonna do it, you know, it is the 15th anniversary of Plus, maybe pop off a little bit. The weekend offer sales sometimes are really good. Like, sometimes they're the best sales that PSN runs. It's never like thousands of deals, but sometimes there's some real low-key bangers on there. This time around, I really wouldn't say that. However, I've dug up some of the decent stuff, so we'll go through that. And also, before we get into that, I do want to note that Monster Hunter Wilds is the deal of the week. It is 20% off for $56. Title Update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds will be out on June 30th, so now would not be a bad time to check out Monster Hunter Wilds. It's a game that has been a little bit in the news cycle for the wrong reasons. It is kind of getting cooked on PC for the performance and things of that nature, but honestly, bro, I've seen a lot of people talk about this game, and there were a lot of people that played this game and got 100, 150 hours of playtime, and then they're talking about, oh, there's no replayability, I can't go back into the game, but it's like, you got 100, 150 hours, I don't know, when I look at it that way, and Monster Hunter's never been, like, my favorite franchise in the world. Like, I enjoy the games, but it's not like I'll play them perpetually year-round. I'll enjoy them for the time that they come out. If they get updates, if they get expansions, I'll check those out, but then I move on. It's just, you know, some people, I guess, have different expectations with it. I still think it's a decent pickup, and $56, you know, it is pricey, but you get a lot of hours of content, in my opinion. All right, moving on from that. Historic low on this, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. This kind of makes the weekend offer sale for me. If you know me, you know I love this game. Honestly, I think for the next decade, there was a long time where I would just talk up Witcher 3 nonstop as being this incredible game. It's gonna shift to Cyberpunk, you guys. It is gonna shift to Cyberpunk because I absolutely love this game post 2.0, post Phantom Liberty, and I even like this game to an extent when it initially came out. Now, I played it on PC when it initially came out. The PlayStation 4 version was an atrocity, but now what you have out of the game is, I think, an incredible world. I think you have a great setting, a great cast of characters. Phantom Liberty is absolutely outstanding. There's so much replayability with the options and whatnot. I do think there are some issues with the core story and the pacing of the core story. Yes, I definitely think there are some issues with that, but I still overall absolutely adore this game. And I've said it before, but I think Cyberpunk has a far higher ceiling as far as where it can go as an IP than The Witcher. And The Witcher 3 is legitimately one of my favorite video games of all time. It's in the ranks and the class of like the RDR2s of the world to me, but yeah, I think Cyberpunk, the ceiling is much higher, but hopefully, you know, in this lifetime, I'll get to play a couple more Cyberpunk games, and they can build upon that IP that they've set with 2077. If you have yet to play it, I highly recommend it. Runs great on PS5. Would be nice for a PS5 Pro upgrade, but it is what it is. It's outstanding, and for $39, I think it's well worth it. All right, couple other deals. We'll go through these fairly quickly. Star Wars Outlaws is $35 for the base game. Look, I still think this is way, way, way too expensive, but I have said it in the past that I do think in 5 to 6 years, when this game is in the bargain bin, a lot of people are going to end up checking it out at a really low price, like sub $15, and people are going to be like, wow, Star Wars Outlaws isn't as bad as everybody made it out to be, because it came out in the era of Ubisoft just getting clowned on left and right, and nowhere am I going to say that this game is worth $70, and nowhere am I going to say is this game perfect, but as an open world game in the Star Wars universe, I had a decent time with it. Now, I got an advanced copy from Ubisoft, and there were a lot of issues that I've heard that they've ironed out. Some of the stealth mechanics were horrendous in this game, but I did like a lot of aspects of it. I thought the gameplay, in large part, was pretty fun. I thought the open world was enjoyable, and it is a scaled-back Ubisoft open world. It's not an AC Valhalla, which, like, anything that's not an AC Valhalla from Ubisoft, that's a huge W, in my opinion, as far as open world game design goes. But, yeah, 35 I still think is way too much, but something to keep an eye on. And, you know, some people get upset when I say that. You know, they like to clown on Ubisoft, and I do my fair share of clowning on Ubisoft, and they want to clown on this game, and feel free to clown on this game for that $70, $130 gold edition. All that crap was nonsense, but as it gets cheaper, it's something to have an eye on. Batman Arkham Collection, $5.99 on this. I mean, this is always outstanding. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. It was before Rocksteady was absolutely washed, and they are completely washed now, but you know, for $6, you're talking about 3 excellent games, so definitely check that out if you're one of the 2 people that have yet to. Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive Series, $9.99 on this. This is outstanding. You get Walking Dead Seasons 1 through 4, 400 days, and Michonne the miniseries. It is great. Season 1, they kind of peaked at. Season 2 was great as well. Season 3 and 4 were good. It's just Season 1 and 2 even were at a very, very high level, and I feel like they didn't capture that the height of that, and yeah, it is what it is. Still phenomenal. $9.99 for all that content is a no-brainer. 9 Sols, 25% off for $22.49. The game is really, really well received and has held up in price, but to be fair, it came out on PS4 and 5 back in November of last year. 9 Sols is a lore-rich, hand-drawn 2D action platform with Sekiro-inspired deflection-based combat. Embark on a journey of Asian fantasy, explore a land once ruled by an ancient alien race, and follow a vengeful hero on a quest to slay the 9 Souls, the powerful rulers of this forsaken realm. A story of Tao and technology set in the Taopunk world of New Kunlun. 9 Souls fuses Eastern mythology with cyberpunk aesthetics. Beyond its rich world building, the game delivers a compelling narrative as Yi's vengeful journey unfolds in a realm shaped by both mysticism and advanced technology. Master 2D Sekiro-like combat, epic boss fights, and hand-drawn art and animations. 9 Souls is available, $22.49 on that. Far Cry 6 Game of the Year Edition is $29.99, Ubisoft open world game there. You know, I would like to see this get a little bit cheaper, given that at this point it came out, back in 2022 for the Game of the Year Edition, but 2021 for its initial release. You do get Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon in the Game of the Year Edition, so that's quite nice, and a bunch of DLC. Story in this game was trash, but $29.99 for that. Dying Light 2 Stay Human Digital Extras Edition is $21. I enjoyed Dying Light 2. And, you know, it's not as good as Dying Light 1, but I still had a good time with it. I thought the verticality, the platforming parkour in this game was fantastic. Narratively, kind of fell off a cliff in the second half, but still a fun game to go through. I think for $21, it's a good pickup. Lego Harry Potter Collection, $9.99 on this. This is the PlayStation 5 Enhanced release that came out somewhat recently. I want to say back in October of last year. You got years 1 through 4 and years 5 through 7 all in one collection, now remastered with enhanced graphics. $9.99 for that, not too bad. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown Complete Edition, $24.99 on that. This includes the story-based DLC as well. I really enjoyed Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. You know, I've been vocal about the fact about this game having the worst promotion of all time, but the game itself is a solid Metroidvania, not super, super lengthy, but a good length, and combat is satisfying. Puzzles, I felt like were really well done. For $25, a pretty good deal there, so I would definitely give that a shout. FANTASIAN Neo Dimension, 25% off for $37.49. Look, a lot of people want more Square Enix turn-based games. Well, Fantasian's a pretty decent one. Now, this one started off as an iOS game, you know, but mobile games, I don't think they have that perception, or they shouldn't have that perception of that means you automatically clown on them. You know, Resident Evil 4, the remake, is on mobile, so think about that for a second. But Fantasian, I thought, was a pretty good game. It is very, very challenging, and, you know, just keep that in mind. The art style I thought was great. The soundtrack's really good. The story, I know some people are down on it. I thought it was pretty good, albeit a bit predictable, but I thought it was pretty good. 37 and change is a little bit hefty, but Square Enix games, man, they just hold up in price forever. Like, Dio Field Chronicle is still $20, and it's like, bro, I like Dio Field Chronicle. In what universe is Dio Field Chronicle? In what universe should Dio Field Chronicle be $20? Like, in no universe, but Square Enix games gonna Square Enix, and they're gonna stay up in price. Riders Republic 360 Edition, $19.99. I think a lot of people are gonna realize that this is a pretty solid Ubisoft, like, open world game, and much like Steep, I feel like Steep and Riders Republic are great games to play in the Ubisoft open world formula, but being in that extreme sports archetype, they're great to go along and listen to a podcast, watch a TV show even, do something alongside these games, and I feel like Ubisoft fits that criteria really well because they do so many of these open world games that, you know, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Shadows even, perfect podcast games because honestly, let's be honest, the stories of those games kind of suck, but, you know, Riders Republic I feel like fits that criteria even more, and the game itself is worthwhile. I would say for $19.99 for the 360 edition, pretty good pickup there for that. Cult of the Lamb Heretic edition is $17.49. You get Cult of the Lamb, the Cultist pack, and the Heretic pack. Now, there is the Unholy edition. That is what includes everything. That's $45, unfortunately not on sale, but Cult of the Lamb is really well received, $17.50 on that. Ghostrunner, $7.49. Really enjoyed the parkour gameplay in this game. It is very addictive, however, it is incredibly challenging and you need to be, like, on point with your movements. It's pretty worthwhile in that regard, but definitely a game that'll enrage some people. So, $7.49 on that. What else we got? Star Wars Battlefront 2 is $4.99. Unfortunately, you don't have the Celebration Edition on sale. The Celebration Edition is $4 on Steam as a part of Steam Summer Sale. Like, that's the ideal route to go. Like, why can't we have price parity as far as that's concerned? But $4.99 on Battlefront 2, obviously having a resurge of interest. You know, people desperately praying for Battlefront 3. Like, brothers, I'm sorry, I don't think that's gonna happen, but if you want to check out Battlefront 2, you can. What else we got? SpongeBob SquarePants Battlefront Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, $8.99 on that fun platformer. I was a SpongeBob guy growing up, you know, so games like that are gonna be more up my alley. And Star Wars Squadrons is $5.99 as well. So those are all the deals that I felt were worthwhile enough to mention. I mean, you know, I wouldn't even recommend all these. Outlaws, like I said, I feel like some people think I'm this huge defender for Star Wars Outlaws. I'm just saying, I think when that game is sub $20, there's gonna be a lot of people being like, oh my god, this game ain't that bad. Again, I'm not saying spend $35 on it, but there you go with that. The best deal here is Cyberpunk by far. A patch 2.3 is gonna be dropping soon as well, and it's gonna be as big as patch 2.2 or in the same scale, and that patch was great. So yeah, good stuff around that game, but that'll do it for me. Kind of a meme sale for 15th anniversary. Like, if you're gonna do a 15th anniversary PS Plus exclusive sale, I feel like you should put a little bit more effort into it. The Cyberpunk deal is a W. You know, like, Dying Light 2 is a W, but it would be nice to get like 10 to 15 deals at the level of Cyberpunk. You know, historic lows. You're celebrating PS Plus' 15th anniversary. You know, put some first-party games at historic low prices. Why not? Like, why not do that? Just for the PS Plus exclusive offers, and that'll incentivize people to sign up for PlayStation Plus. You know, put a God of War 2018 on sale, 75% off for $4.99. You know, that game has been a hard stuck at $9.99, but for $4.99, maybe that'll incentivize somebody to check it out. I don't know. God of War Ragnarok, put it down to $23.99 instead of the $35 or $30 that it typically goes for. Like, just a little bit of an extra discount, and it's celebrating the 15th anniversary. It's just easy things like that I feel like would go a long way and, you know, make the sale feel a little bit more special. But what do I know? That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching. Sound off down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.